wasn't until I was looking at the footage later, a while later, that I realised I actually kicked one of the... But yeah, you want to enjoy your riding so you get out more and that it's a positive thing for you. Oh yeah, sick. Just even recently I went in to another servo, the one on this loop, and you know, I fuel up there most times because it's convenient, because it's on the way back, it's the middle of the ride, that kind of thing. And this old boy's like wandering into the spot that I'm about to pull up in, and that's okay, he's got the right to do it, I guess. And then he's like looking at me like, what are you doing, boy? And it's like, what? And he's putting a watering can back, and I say, oh sorry bro, like I didn't mean to cut you up or whatever. And then his passenger in the car's looking at me like I'm a hoot, and then he totters off, I guess, to go pay for his fuel. And that kind of threw me a bit. And then I walked in, there was no one behind the till, no one behind the counter, and I was like, what is going on? And then I clocked that the person was stocking the chocolates right in front of me, and I was a bit like, okay. So I kind of made a bit of a rustling noise or coughed or whatever, made a bit more noise. Oh yeah, be with you in a minute, just busy chatting to old mate here and stocking the chocolates. So I just kind of chill, like, okay. And eventually they decide that they were going to go back round and I could pay, and I did. And that kind of all threw me a bit, and then I get back to the bike, and as I was throwing my leg over to get on, I clipped something, made a bit of a noise, and I was like, oh, probably kicked the bowser or whatever. And it wasn't until I was looking at the footage later, a while later, that I realised I actually kicked one of the I don't even know what to call it. The hoses, the gun, whatever, petrol pump nozzle thing, out of its holder, and it was on the floor, but I didn't even notice, and I was so like embarrassed and nervous or whatever that I just wanted to get the hell out of there, that I didn't even look back and check if something had happened. Obviously if I'd known, I would have then got off and put it back on. I've got to fuel up the bike or cars or whatever in the past, and I've noticed that the gun or whatever it's called is on the floor, and I picked it up and put it back on, so hopefully someone did that pretty soon after that. But you get nervous, and it happens, and it will happen probably. I know some people say that, you know, you shouldn't be watching videos, or you should just know how to ride a bike. Well, I just think that's unrealistic for the average person. Maybe there are super people out there who are just gifted, and they fly out of the womb straight onto a dirt bike or a racing bike or whatever it is, Harley Davidson, and they're just doing wheelies down the driveway. It's 0 years old. I don't know. Anyway. Ramble. But you want to enjoy yourself. I think I said this in another video pretty much at this point on the ride. You know, I think it was the which bike to choose as a beginner, that video. And it's just, you've got to enjoy yourself. Like, you want to enjoy riding, and that's a massive part of it. If you don't enjoy it, despite the nerves and the anxiety and all that stuff, because you do have to just try and come to terms with that. And when I say get over it, I don't just mean get over it, bro. I mean, like, you know, today I had nerves before the ride. I was looking at all the weather warnings, and biblical rain is coming. It's going to be, you know, 70 mil in an hour, and it's going to be flooding and all this kind of stuff. And I wanted to get out for a ride because I didn't think I was going to be able today, because I had stuff booked in, and then someone cancelled on me, and I was like, well, okay, cool, I'm going to take that opportunity while the sun's shining. But look at it, it's rolling in from the north, and it is going to hit soon. But okay, I had those nerves of pre-ride nerves or jitters or whatever, and I don't think that's a bad thing. They weren't, you know, I think some of that's healthy, like I said before. Anyway, you've got to enjoy your riding so that you do it more, or you get a good feeling from doing it. You get that, you know, release of chemicals, endorphins and all the other ones that make you feel good. And you know, the more you ride, the more you're going to enjoy it. Maybe just I enjoyed it from the first moment. I enjoyed my hours. I loved that course. I knew that something that I wanted to do for years, and I was finally starting out doing. I knew that I was loving it. So yeah, but you want to stay safe, you want to ride smart, all that kind of stuff. So, but yeah, you want to enjoy your riding so you get out more, and that it's a positive thing for you. I don't know, or maybe you enjoy the opposite, and hey, if that's your thing, cool. But yeah, I have the luxury of being essentially a fair weather rider, because it's nice weather most of the time, fair weather. And yeah, on days like today, you do have like a massive weather event coming our way, but I've ridden in other conditions and I can do it. I just prefer not to do it, because I can just wait till the next day or a couple of days and ride when it's sunny and warm and that kind of thing, because that's how it is most of the time around here. And I give a nod to all those riders around the world who ride in maybe what would be considered less than ideal conditions, but they're probably better riders for it. They're, I would argue, most definitely better riders for it. And you know, you want to enjoy it. So if you enjoy riding in dry conditions and you get a lot of those, and you can, great. If you enjoy riding in wet conditions, you get a lot of that, great. And vice versa, if those conditions don't come along very often but you still enjoy it, that's good as well. So, oh, sick. So sick. I love those fighter jets. So cool. Normally come in two, so fingers crossed you get buzzed. Oh yeah, sick. I'm gonna be lucky and get a 3. That'd be cool. I should probably focus on my riding. Number 3, they normally do 2s, but sometimes, just sometimes. I got buzzed right here once taking some customers to the dunes, and like this Irish guy lost his mind. He thought it was the best thing ever. It was so loud, like it was perfect timing, because you're at the end of the runway here and it was like taking off with its afterburners. You can see all the plane spotters parked up over there, and it's sick living near an airbase. So cool. Anyway, I should probably focus on my riding. That's an impression of someone doing an impression of me. So like just there, I was off center to make myself more visible. I wasn't too close to the beamer in front to give me room either side to escape. I was checking my mirrors to make sure that the heavy load behind us, or it could be someone on their phone or whatever, you don't want to get rear-ended. But that all comes with learning. That's, I would argue, comes down to off the bike learning and then doing on the bike practice of that. So all kind of good practice, stuff to practice. Come on, you can do it, buddy. You can do it. Oh, we are chock-a-block here. Look at this. supposed to be buffering, but I can't really because I am in a car sandwich.
They're from Newcastle. They've been around for about 30 years. So they know what they're doing.